Hello, my name is Kalyn Milot, and today I will be sharing my experience volunteering at and working in the University of North Carolina at Greensboro Campus Gardens in my presentation, Growing Together. I would quickly like to mention that this research is a brief selection from a broader look at the impact of co-curricular campus gardening through the lens of applied anthropology. The original research was presented with a cohort of applied and practicing anthropologists at the annual International Conference for the Society of Applied Anthropology, held this March in Salt Lake City, Utah. My initial exposure to the UNC Greensboro Campus Gardens was through joining the UNCG Garden Club. After weeks of regular club attendance, I was invited to take on the role of the club's social media coordinator. I had never managed social media for any organization, but this newness gave me the leeway to apply the anthropological knowledge I obtained in my academic courses. Over the past year and a half, my understanding of the responsibilities of not only a club officer, but also a garden volunteer has grown and changed as I have learned more about the functions of the garden itself. The primary responsibility of my position is club outreach, which has three main audiences: current members, potential members, and the wider community members. The needs of each audience are different. Tailoring social media outreach to the different audiences requires listening to and working with each of them. Outreach instances are both small and large scale, and they can be slow or fast-paced. Adapting a presentation strategy, sometimes rather quickly, is vital to working with such a large crowd of students with such a wide variety of needs. The campus garden is a place for learning. Knowledge is gained by asking questions and by doing. Vital to the interactive educational nature of the gardens is the willingness for all members and volunteers to be observant participants. It is not enough to be armchair gardeners. It is necessary to get your hands dirty. Edible campus gardens provide a way for students to learn and apply skills that are vital for their lives. A necessary skill for any student is time management. However, this skill is often taught rigidly. Garden time management is different. It is always changing and thus requires constant reevaluation of what tasks need to be completed by when. Furthermore, garden time is a persistent and continuous form of time management. The class project will have a definitive end, but the gardens will continue year after year so long as someone is there to help it along. Additional skills of leadership and team supervision are practiced at the gardens. Leadership at the gardens requires active participation. Leading by example is a core tenet in effective leadership at the gardens. In this way, all participants learn by doing and are motivated by seeing the hard work that others do. By working with other student volunteers, team supervisors are also able to learn the unique skills of each volunteer and assign tasks that suit individual strengths. Garden club membership does not require any prior knowledge. Students of any level of gardening or agricultural experience are welcome to join. No matter their gardening literacy, everyone brings something unique to the table. The benefit of a campus garden is that it offers a way for students to reconnect with the natural world. It also provides a space for students to ask one another questions, seek out advice, and limit personal risk. By working with a diverse group of people from a multitude of backgrounds with various identities, the club provides connections on both a personal and professional level. The experiences gained at the garden further serve to enhance student resumes and broaden their professional horizons. It also encourages working with people toward a shared goal, compromising on ideas, and socializing beyond one's normal sphere. In the era of COVID-19, managing mental health is especially important. Globally, people feel more isolated from one another and from their environment. Students face the stress of the pandemic shutting down their universities and turning them out of their dorms. At the start of the pandemic, the Garden Club was one of the few organizations that was allowed to meet in person on campus. The safety factor of social distancing and limited outdoor gatherings was of primary importance to me and many of my gardening peers. The campus garden is not only a setting where students can feel safe having in-person meetings, but it is a space where students can relax. The volunteer sessions at the gardens have doubled as my weekly meditation sessions. Even though there are tasks to carry out, garden time does not require the fast-paced rush students endure in their classes. Learning at the garden occurs at your own pace with the aid of peers. No such thing as cheating here. The campus gardens donate the majority of our food to the campus food pantry, the Spartan Open Pantry. In the past year alone, the gardens have produced and donated over 700 pounds of fresh, organically grown produce to the Open Pantry. This close connection with the food pantry has been a rewarding one. There is a pleasure in not only growing fresh produce, but also in being able to give back to the community. Many of the volunteers at the campus gardens expressed desire to continue working with community gardens, food pantry, or their communities in general. Food and the environment grow to be a very real part of their lives, and their awareness becomes a motivator for engagement outside of the club. For others, myself included, the gardens have sparked an interest in agriculture for their careers. This semester alone, most of my research for various courses have a decided focus on agricultural production in history, not to mention my presentation here and at the Society for Applied Anthropology annual conference meeting. The campus gardens provide a place for students to learn and grow together, pun intended. This co-curricular fieldwork reinforces and builds upon classroom knowledge, while creating opportunities for learning additional skills that are beneficial in both academic and professional settings. Thank you for your time.